All right. Oh, we're getting close. We're waiting to hear about the skycrane.
The system has produced a valid solution in part of terrain relative navigation.
All right, so that's confirmation that the computer actually found a place it wants to land. So now it's got to make...
Current velocity is 83 meters per second at about 2.6 kilometers from the surface of Mars. There's confirmation that the back shell has separated.
Here we go. We're in skycrane mode, folks. Skycrane mode.
Current velocity is about 75 meters per second.
Green Goblining into the red planet.
Off the surface of Mars.
Here in Safety Bravo.
This is where it is. The last time Curiosity did this, it did it so well. The rover was a little bit too high. It like had negative. It lifted up. It was like they overestimated. It was beautiful. So fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx anything.
Accordion, which means we are conducting the skycrane. About to conduct the skycrane maneuver.
It's moving around. It's gonna.
Earth to tones.
All right, that's okay.
As expected.
Earth to Earth tones lost is okay.
Skycrane maneuver has started.
Here we go. We're coming in, folks. This is it.
20 meters off the surface.
20 meters off the surface. This is it. Jezero crater.
MRO.
All right. MRO is our beacon.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance.
Yeah! Woo! Damn! Perseverance, baby! Yeah! Congratulations, Perseverance team. In the middle of a pandemic. I'm blowing out the mic. I apologize. I'm excited.
Perseverance is continuing to transmit direct through Mars orbiter to Earth.
I can't explain how difficult it is to not only land on Mars, but to have to throw all the cards up in the air. When you launch, they launched this in the pandemic. Everything they had planned for had to change. They did it, dude.
Still getting telemetry from the lander.
Oh my god. All right, so connection is live. They did it. Wow.
We got it.
Touchdown confirmed. We're gonna wait for the images.
Wow. This is so exciting.
They also have a microphone on board, so we're going to be able to listen to this landing for the first time.
Stay tuned. We might get some pictures.
This is the most cameras of any deep space mission, so we're going to get a ton of stuff from Perseverance. Congratulations to NASA, to the JPL team, to the Perseverance team for, not to be lame, but persevering through all of this. I mean, this is not, I can't even explain how big a deal this is. But they did it.
We just heard the news that Perseverance is alive on the surface of Mars.
Damn. Damn.
Flight we've seen the completion of EDL 3000.
Copy activity. That is as expected.
Whew. Thank you, Mick. This is crazy. If you got any questions, folks, hit me up in the chat. We're gonna hang out.
MRO is still seeing a strong signal from the lander.
Wow. That is incredible. All right, so let's talk about the alternate reality that it didn't succeed.
We've just heard the news that Perseverance is alive on the surface of Mars.
I think did they just get images? Maybe not. We'll see. Let's see.
We have some more news in. It looks like
Oh, that's that first picture. Look at that right there.
Here, take a look at the first image.
Damn, it's bound to be really dusty because the other thing is this the skycrane is rocket boosters shooting at the dusty Mars.
The target point on the map when you are ready.
Man,
We are ready on all three. Go for it.
that's awesome, Scott. Damn. All right, so our Perseverance Rover is in Jezero Crater, an ancient lake bed where it's going to search for life. It's going to cache samples.
Moving in, showing you the safe zone that we've landed in.
Man, It's going to cache samples for another mission to come back. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing.
Has just put the first image from
That's
Perseverance
amazing.
on the surface of Mars. Now it comes from the engineering
Thank you,
camera,
Keith.
known as the hazard camera.
I'm glad you joined.
This camera is mainly used to help the rover drive safely around Mars, and we will get higher
All right,
resolution
so
photos
I
later in the day.
I've talked. I keep getting interrupted by my excitement and everything that's happening on the stream. So I'm going to pause for a second here. All right, so this is a big deal for many reasons. The alternate reality where this didn't succeed would have put. There's a race going on to return a sample from Mars. It hasn't been done before. We have what seems to be a piece of, I think it's an asteroid that they found that they think came from Mars. There's obviously things that, like, maybe there was life on Mars before, and then there was an impact which sent a piece of Mars with life to Earth, and that's how it started. That is a hypothesis, an idea that could be the case. But to actually return a piece of the soil, I mean, that lets us do and know so much more about Mars than we can do by sending like a Mars science laboratory like Spirit and Opportunity and Curiosity and now Perseverance to do the experiments, drill, put it up, bring it into the rover, figure out what the composition is. We can't do a lot of sample. We can't do a lot of soil. It's just not, we can't do a lot of science. We can do some science, but not a lot. Jezero Crater is huge because it's a scientifically like valuable place. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. Sorry, folks, that are just listening at this podcast afterwards. This is insane.
So you've got glass covers over these cameras, but we took these seconds after landing, so there's still dust in the air from our landing event. So this is happening. This happened just seconds ago. Just arrived, and this is really amazing.
Oh, you're welcome, Scott. I appreciate that. That been working at this for a really long time. It's what I try to do is bring a little bit something different to these broadcasts. I mean, NASA does a great job, and I think NASA's funded. They have as much funding as they have. I think if they keep doing this and providing just good, solid, it might be simplistic, but good, solid, for anyone that can just jump in and learn this stuff, it's good. I like being the supplementary to, like, hey, if you want a little bit more out of this, that's what we're here for. So thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, the alternate reality. China is doing the same thing, right? The Tianwen-1 mission, their lander is going to cache samples to be returned later. So their orbiter's already there. They're going to land in the next, few months. They're going to land in May after they do some more orbits with their orbiter, and then try the same thing. And if this mission hadn't gone well, if we hadn't landed this alternate reality, we would be out of the race. And by the way the orbits are with Mars, Earth goes around the sun every year. Mars is every 2, right? So it takes another 2 years before we have the next opportunity to get in this race. And then by that point, I mean, China could be sending their stuff back if they're successful. So this is a big moment to let this happen. We can join in here, listen a little bit. Again, if you have any questions, thank you guys for all the love in the chats. I appreciate that. It did happen. You're right, Jake. It did happen. They did send pictures. But yeah, thanks for the love. Let's check in here.
Science observation platform by putting instruments on it, and also use it as a scout for future rover missions, and then just the intercept and landing capability. It'll allow us to land more and more.
One thing I do want to add about what makes Perseverance different from Curiosity, on board Perseverance, it actually has the ability to make decisions on her own of like where she wants to go. If there's good terrain, if there's bad terrain, it has programs on board to automate a lot of that process to because again, right, it takes 11 minutes for a signal to go from one place to the other, from Earth to Mars 11 minutes and from Mars to Earth 11 minutes. So just imagine how long it takes to send one command. It takes 22 minutes for everyone to be on the same board, right? Just to be at the same level. So you can't even think in a relative way. You have to have everything planned out. And if the rover can make decisions on its own while it's there to move around, to make this stuff happen, that is where the true value is in Perseverance, and how much better it is. Obviously, the more cameras on board are going to let us see more, and it just has multiple opportunities to cache samples as it goes around. Again, a 3D printed model here, as it goes around to these different scientifically viable areas, right? The inlet. This is only a portion, I think, like a small square out of the 28-mile crater that it's in. And there's a lot of different areas in here where it may not actually be good for the rover. One of the major issues rovers have had on Mars before is that there's been wheel issues. You know, the wheels have gotten destroyed a little bit faster than they were expecting to because the terrain wasn't quite what they were expecting. And again, it's trial and error, right? I mean, once you're there, you've got to do what you can there, right? It's amazing that Spirit and Opportunity, those initial rovers, lasted as long as they did. Curiosity is still doing its thing, doing its science. Insight, they had the little mole device that was drilling in. They finally stopped that effort because they just couldn't get the mole to go deeper. It could have been that the terrain underneath, under the levels, there could have been a slab of rock that they weren't expecting. You know, this was just like a little vibrating mole that, you know, if it came up against a big rock or something, they couldn't do it. But while they were there, you know, they took the arm and they tried to push down the mole, not something they planned for, right? They were trying to see if they could get it to get past some pebble that was in the way. I mean, if you ever dug holes for a fence, that sucks. Okay, when you're doing it by yourself, just to bring it back to the real world, back to Earth, when you're digging holes to put a fence pole into, God, that is one of the most painful things to do. And you know what it's like when you get a stone in the way, and now you've got to build the hole bigger so you can get that hole, however big that rock is. Like, imagine doing that with an 11-minute delay on what you can tell your body to do. That's what we're trying to do on Mars. So it's pretty crazy what they're able to do here.